Hi, it's Nicole from Renursing EDU, and today I'm going to talk about the 10 biggest mistakes I made when I started my business. So I started Renursing EDU back in 2013. Back then, the name was actually Renursing Career Consulting, and then I switched over to the name Renursing EDU in 2017 to reflect the progress of the brand and where it's gone as far as me producing more educational materials in terms of nurse practitioners and nurse practitioner students, and also educational materials related to starting a business. So I figured the name change would actually be a better representation of what I actually do, and that's held true. But I did want to let you know how rough it was when I first started way back when, and now looking back 8 years later of exactly what I could have done differently. Hindsight is 2020, but I do want to let other people know who are starting their businesses right now or have actually already started their businesses and probably having a little bit of trouble, just letting them know what I did wrong so they can avoid it and get a little further in your business than I did when I started my business. So I'm going to start. I have 10, and I'll start with number 1 is I did not have a clear business plan. Sounds like something obviously I should know, and I did write a business plan, but I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I had this plan I got from the internet, and I started filling in the blanks, and I'm like, okay, I've got this plan, so what next? It's not like I actually went off the plan and actually used the plan. I just did it because I heard you got to have a business plan and you write down your business plan. But the big thing is you get a business plan, you write it down, and yes, that's supposed to be a guiding principle. And if you need to change things around a bit, then that's what you do. You change things around a bit. But I didn't really go off my business plan. Mistake number 2 is when I started Renursing Career Consulting, 2013, it was a book. Basically, my business was a book. I didn't have any other products to sell. I just expected people to buy my book, and I was going to be rich off of that. And the career consulting aspect of it is I had thought about maybe being a consultant or a coach, because coaches are very popular now, 2021, but I just couldn't wrap my head around the whole the business model of being a coach or consultant. So that just wasn't for me, basically, because I kind of figured I had my book, and yes, I could, do coaching or consulting or something on the side with it, but it just didn't fit right. So people still end up, emailing me and asking me questions and things like that. And I'm a fairly open book. But no, I'm not going to sit on the phone with you for 3 hours talking about your business and, where I could be doing something different and getting paid for it. But no, I don't coach. I don't consult. I didn't have any of that. All I had was a book. So when you start out, make sure you have a plan of what products and services you are actually going to offer to make you money. Because if you're not making money, then therefore you have a hobby. And I had a hobby for a lot of years. A little embarrassed by it, but yeah, I didn't make a lot of money for a long time. And part of the reason being is like, okay, I'm doing this on the side. I've got my money from my RN job and everything, but really when you go into business, you're spending a lot of money to start the business and everything. You really do want to make money. So have more than one product, okay? Number 3, not seeking help. Okay. I did go to the Small Business Administration and spoke to a couple of people, so I did seek help. But in this aspect, I'm talking about seeking help from other people who know what you're doing, have experience in what you're doing. So those people that I spoke to at the Small Business Administration weren't nurses, they weren't nurse entrepreneurs, they weren't authors, basically. So they can only give you general guidance on business. It's nothing specific, which is okay, but I needed something specific, and I'm a very thorough person, and I need specific details on how things work. So I would suggest finding people doing things that you want to do and talking to them and getting information from them. If they have courses, if they coach or consult or, write a blog, whatever, just get into their space and try to learn as much as you can from these people, okay? Number 4 would be not educating myself. So I thought I was educating myself by going to the Small Business Administration and reading on the internet that I needed a business plan, but I did not educate myself enough. There is a lot you need to know as a business owner. On anyone going into business, there's a lot you need to know. And there's a lot you're not going to know until you actually do it. I understand. But as far as what I'm talking about is, as nurses, we have continuing education, and we have to do that on a yearly basis for our jobs and also to maintain our licenses. I believe having a business, and as a business owner, you should still have continuing education, because things are always changing. There's always something new to learn. Maybe you can change your systems and processes to make things easier for you and have you make more money in your business. So I want to suggest, as a business owner, you still invest in continuing education. And I'll tell you, so I've invested a lot in continuing education in the year 2020, and I've grown leaps and bounds in the business simply because I've applied some of these principles that I learned from other people who are doing bigger and better things than me. So invest in yourself and your business. Number 5. Okay, doing everything myself. So of course, when you're first starting out as a solopreneur, you're going to do everything yourself. You're going to do your graphics, your social media, you're going to do your website, you're writing blog posts, you're writing up your business plan, you're doing everything, right? But at some point, you're going to want to grow. And I hope you're going into business because you do want to grow and make profit. So at some point, you're going to want to grow, and you're going to realize that you can't do everything by yourself, because you're either going to get burned out or things aren't just going to be done. They're just not going to be done up to par. What do we say? I guess you could say up to par, because someone else could probably do something better than you. Like, say for instance, you're watching this video now and you're seeing the edits being made. I'm not doing those. I have an editor and he's great. And I know if I tried to do the edits, that it would take me 10 times longer in order to publish a video for you guys. And it's just not my expertise. So start hiring help when you can. I also have someone else that manages social media, because I don't have time to do that. I have 2 businesses, I have a toddler, I have other things in life. You can't do everything alone. So once you get to the point in your business where you can spare a little bit of money, hire some help. Hire help, and you will be so much more productive than when you didn't have help, okay? And this will help you expand, and this will help your business grow, okay? Next is my legal documents. So when I first started and filed my legal documents for Renursing Career Consulting, like I said, I changed the name in 2017 to Renursing EDU, I use LegalZoom. And there's nothing wrong with LegalZoom. They did a great job. I got my EIN, I've got my LLC and everything else, but I paid so much money for it. When I started my second business, I just went directly to the state, Secretary of State, and I paid like $400 less, and it took me 15 minutes to file for LLC. But things were so complicated for me back when I first started that I thought I had to go to LegalZoom, and they had really awesome marketing. And I went to LegalZoom, and I spent like almost $800 getting everything together, just paperwork-wise. So I do want to tell you, it's usually not that difficult to file for your business entity within your state directly instead of going to a place like LegalZoom. But you can probably save a whole lot of money and save you time, okay? Next was my website. So my first website was not a website, it was a blog, and it was on WordPress. And then I tried to upgrade and do a WordPress website. And I could not figure it out for the life of me because, way back when, I'm still doing everything myself, still solopreneur. And it just didn't work out for me. So I moved and I went to Wix. I figured out I can design on Wix. This is easy enough for me to do. I had a website up. It was working fine. And over the years, I had, kind of redesigned some things, changed some things around. But for the amount of time that I was in business, I would say that my SEO, so that's your search engine optimization, basically how you're seen on Google, was really poor considering how long I had been in business, what I do, all the blog posts that I've written. It was super poor. And it took me years to figure out, but I just want to let you guys in on a little secret. Like, Wix is not the best for SEO and getting you ranked on Google. It's not the best. It may be an easy website builder, but it's really not the best for businesses. I hate to say that because I was a Wix user for years and I know a lot of people use Wix, but if you want to be taken seriously by other people and you also want your business to actually be seen online, don't use Wix. Okay? So I did use Wix, and like I said, for many years, I just was not getting as much traffic to my site as I thought I should be getting. And the way I was looking at that is I was looking at my Google Analytics and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what's wrong. And then finally dawned on me that it's a Wix site. It's not working well. So an alternative for people who are listening who may be using Wix right now is that I'm on the Showit platform for Renursing EDU now, and my SEO is great. I'm ranked on Google, my analytics are great, and this is all within a couple months of me switching from Wix that I noticed all this. So if you're looking for something that you can still do yourself, you can design, fairly simple, go to Showit. Trust me, you'll love it. Okay, next, number 8, not having any systems in place. So if you're the type of person that's happy-go-lucky and go with the flow and everything else, then business is not really the best thing for you. You need systems in place when you have a business. This is point blank. You have to have systems in place for whatever it is you're doing. If you're creating a product, if you're creating a service, you have to have your systems in place for onboarding and offboarding your clients. You have to have systems in place for ordering your products. You have to have systems in place, right? I didn't have any systems in place. I had a book. But systems, you need to know, what you're doing when you're doing. So even though you are working for yourself now, you need to have something in place so you'll be more productive and things will be done streamlined and you'll have time to do other things. Like, for instance, my week is blocked off. I only do certain things on certain days. Like, I'll tell you, my finances are done on Friday just because they begin with F. Financial Friday. So I go over my books. I also do inventory on Fridays. Monday through Thursday, that's when I'll be able to take my calls from other people. I don't take calls on Fridays. I block out my time so I can create my social media post. I block out time so I can create these videos for you guys. So my video recording days, you guys, if you have to know, are on Thursdays. I only record videos on Thursdays. So you have to have systems in place in order to be organized, in order to be more productive, and in order for your business to grow. Because if you don't have systems, then you're just you're half-assed doing something on one day and doing something the next day, and things just aren't together. And then you look at the end of the month and you're like, well, what did I do? I mean, I didn't really do anything. I didn't complete any goals, didn't get anything accomplished. So have your systems in place. It makes things so much easier. Okay, number 9. Okay, this is a big one. Okay, number 9, not nurturing my email subscriber list. I had to figure out everything, basically. This is why again I'm recording this video for you guys, because I don't want you guys to have to figure out everything. So I had an email subscriber list. Well, I still do have an email subscriber list, but I had an email subscriber list, and I got these people on my email list, have a couple hundred people, and they just sit there. And this is for many years that these people just sat there on my email list. I tried way back when to write newsletters, but me not really having a plan and only having a book really didn't have much to talk about in those newsletters. So I kind of let it go. But okay, these people are just sitting here on my list, but I'm not doing anything with it. People, this is a gold mine that you're sitting on. If you have an email subscriber list, and if you don't have an email subscriber list, you need to get one. You need to start one. You need to get a lead generator and put that on your website and have people put in their email and their name so they can get your little freebie, and then they're on your email list, and then you can blast them every couple weeks or every couple months or whatever, just to keep them in the loop, keep them warm. Let these people know that you like them. Let these people know that that they can trust you. Because if they're sitting on your email list for months and years at a time, and then all of a sudden, you send out this email about, hey, what we're doing with Renursing EDU or whatever company, and they're going to be like, well, I haven't heard from this person in, I don't know, months, years, whatever. Why would I want to trust them? Why would I want to do business with them? Why, So just nurture your list. So just send a quick little email once a month, do something. This way you can send your offers. You can just send what's new. So since I've rebranded, I sent emails saying that we've rebranded. I've sent emails saying that I'm doing a promotion. So if you want your business, your blog post featured on Renursing EDU, then here, I'm sending this out to my subscribers. If you want to join, send me your blog post. So I do little things like that, and I'm keeping that, I'm saying that on video because I do want you guys, if you guys have a business or something and you want to be promoted on Renursing EDU, let me know. Send us an email. I'm gonna put the information down in the comments. So if you want to be featured on Renursing EDU, your business, I'll put down the information, and then that way you can do that. So I did that for my email list. Just keep them in the loop, keep them warm. So therefore, when you do have an offer, then they'll be more willing to buy from you because they trust you, they like you. There's a statistic out that, I don't want to get this wrong, but I believe it's every person on your email list is worth about $40 on average. And it's a whole lot easier to sell to people when they're warm versus when they're cold. Okay, so keep that in mind. So the email list is a big thing. You need to nurture your email list. And if you don't have one, you need to set one up. So you're giving away a lead generator or something to collect those emails. Okay, last but not least, branding. I want to keep this short and simple. So branding is so much more than the visual. But when I first started, my branding was off completely with everything. I didn't have a mission, vision. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't know what my audience persona was. I didn't know what the archetypes were. I didn't know what my tone, my voice, I didn't know any of that. And all these terms I'm throwing out are all related to your business, and you just don't realize it. And it all goes into strategic branding for your business. Right? I haven't even gotten into the design portion. So the visual portion, yes, is my logo, my website, my little character that I used way back when. Those are visual aspects of the branding, but those are just a small little tip of what branding encompasses. And because I didn't have a strong brand, well, I didn't have any brand, basically, you lose money. You lose money when you don't have your branding in place. So, think of all the major companies that you like and that you buy from. Why do you buy from these people? Why do you buy from these companies? You like the way they make you feel. You like their products. You like the visual. There's so much into branding that I didn't know back in 2013 that I now know that is important for all types of businesses is the branding. And like I said, it's not just all the visual, even though the visual can play a big part, but you need to have your proper branding in place because this branding is going to provide a complete roadmap for you in the rest of your business. It's going to make marketing so much easier. It's going to target your specific audience and make everything easier so you can tell specific stories and have a brand that is completely and specifically made for the type of person that you want to be a client or a consumer of your business. So these were my 10 tips that I made when I started my business back in 2013 that have cost me a lot of time and money. And I'm just hoping that me going over these 10 tips helps you save some time and helps you save some money and also helps you make more money more quickly than I did with my business. So if you like the video, please let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. And like I said, once again, if you have a business and you're a nurse and you want to be featured on the Renursing EDU blog, I'm going to put the information down below of how you can be featured in our blog. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day, and until next time, bye-bye.